What's up, YouTube? It's OG. Fortunately, no yo today. Instead, it is gold lasso. Welcome to the do's and the don'ts of Brawl Ball. Now, Brawl Ball may be the most controversial game mode of all time. We've seen rework after rework. Cornering turned into putting it behind the net. Oh, that was so weird. And now it's back into cornering. And there have been a lot of questionable changes that myself and the community aren't too fond of. Despite that, we still all love the game mode, and it has a cult following like no other game mode. So there's 6 players in a game of Brawl Ball, 3 per team, 2 nets, 1 ball. You have 2 minutes to score more goals than your opponents. If you get 2 goals, the game will end early. If it's a tie at the end of the 2 minutes, it'll go into a sudden death period where 1 goal will finish it, and all the maps and all the grass are broken on the map. Alright, let's get into some do's. So first off, I have know your angles. Now, like I said, the primary focus of this game mode is to score more goals than your opponents. So to do so, you need to know how to shoot the ball properly. So there are some trick shots, I won't get too into that, but essentially just know your angles, look how your opponent's covering their net if they are in front of it, and there's also a lot of like peek shots you can kind of do around the boxes that are built up in front of the goal. It takes a little bit of practice. I sucked at Brawl Ball when it first came out. Now I think I'm one of the better Brawl Ball players. So even if you suck at it right now, just stick with it, like get used to the game mode. It's really different from the other ones. So it does take some getting used to, but if I can do it, you guys can do it. So, just play around, mess around with your friends, find what works for you. Next up, I have a wall breaker. Now, in this meta, it's not as important as it has been in the past, but I'm expecting a meta shift. Hopefully next balance change, because I'm so tired of Jesse spam. But yeah, having a wall breaker is a really big help, because essentially on most maps there are boxes in front of the net, and it can save you probably 2-3 seconds, which is really crucial if you team wipe. And you can get a good shot off if the boxes are broken down. So having a wall breaker is a huge help on any Brawl Ball team. Next up, I have a ball carrier. Now in this meta, it isn't too important. It's still useful in some situations, but it was essentially crucial before, and now a lot of the focus in the game mode has gone off of the ball. I don't expect it to be like this forever, that's why I included this. So having a designated person to carry the ball is very important in my opinion. Right now, the best ball carrier would definitely be Daryl. Combined with his role, you can get some really easy goals, and it's really unstoppable in a lot of situations. Primo, Mortis, those are some of the most notable ones from the past. I think Mortis ball carrying days are kind of over, unfortunately. It's a lot of fun to watch. You could do some cool stuff, but I expect Primo to bounce back pretty soon, so practice your Primo jumps with the ball. Alright, so I do not like promoting this one. And again, it is all situational. Use your judgment to tell when to do this. Please do not rely on this for entire Brawl Ball games. That wrecks the purpose of the mode. But corner the ball when needed, okay? So let's say your opponents are all pushed up on you, you're all low HP, you can toss the ball in the corner, do it. 100% do it, okay? It gives you extra time to respawn and get all situated, make a little comeback, coordinate a counter push with your team, and just gain some grounds back. It takes probably 3-4 seconds for your opponents to go get it, and it can save a goal in a lot of situations. So yeah, it does make sense, but please do not rely on it for 2.5 minutes and just camp the ball in the corner. It's not very fun. And finally, I have evaluate your opponent's team. Now, due to overtime having no walls and no grass, that'll completely screw or boost someone's comp significantly. Daryl is such a threat in overtime, it is ridiculous. That role is just unstoppable in most cases, unless you have a hard counter. So you either really want to push to finish the game before the 2 minutes, depending on your comp is, or if you have a comp that works well in overtime with no grass, no walls, etc., then maybe, I can't finish this right now, there's no point in me overextending, let me just wait for time to run out and then I'll make my move. So again, it's very based on comps, so just figure out who thrives on what part of the game mode. Okay, let's get into some don'ts. First off, we have do not forget to push with the ball. Okay, now this kind of touches on the whole cornering thing, which I may have promoted slightly. Okay, don't hold it against me, guys. But yeah, I see a lot of people just leave the ball in their corner and they'll go on offense, they'll get a team wipe, and they're like, oh, we're missing something. Like, okay, cool, we just team wiped. What do we do now? Get the ball, bring it up with you gradually. Don't just throw it to your opponents, okay? Like, find a nice place on the map where you can just toss it gently. And, just build your push with the ball, okay? The ball is the main focus of the game, no matter how irrelevant it looks sometimes. You always want to keep an eye on the ball, and you need it to win the game. So just always make sure you know where the ball is. If you're, like, pushing, gradually build it up, bring it up with you, and don't do anything crazy, but make sure the ball is always around you if you're going for a goal. Next up, I have take dumb shots, which I am very, very guilty of, okay? I love going for those flashy trick shots. A lot of my friends do as well, and I think they are useless. No, they're not completely useless, but they're very situational, like a lot of things. If you can walk the ball in, you may get chirped for it a little bit, I have in the past, but it is the safest way to score, okay? I've seen a lot of people throw crucial games because they try doing like a dumb shot when they can walk it in. There's no shame in walking it in, guys. A win's a win, in my opinion. So if you can walk it in, do that. Don't always go for trick shots. Trick shots are very situational. They're useful in some scenarios, but 90% of the time, just a regular shot will do it. So again, don't be scared to walk it in. Try not to trick shot, even though it looks cool. Alright, the last don't, guys, and this is do not give the enemy the ball when they are pressuring you in your zone, okay? I hope some of you guys are sports fans, soccer, hockey, basketball, whatever. You don't want to give the ball or the puck to your enemy, or the opposing team, not really your enemy. That's a bit extreme for hockey and sports, but you do not want to give them possession of the ball when they are in your zone. It's the same for Brawl Ball, okay? The ball is the objective of the game, and that's what does all the damage, right? I don't care if I get team wiped if I win 2-0. So, I talked about that corner. Maybe use that sometimes, but you do not want to just hand over the ball to your opponents. Just keep it away from them, like, as far as possible. So, use your judgment, figure out what is the furthest distance from them if you're getting really pressed, and just toss it over there. Alright, guys, that's going to conclude this episode of Do's and Don'ts. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope this helps out your Brawl Ball game. As always, comment, like, share, subscribe. All love is appreciated. If you guys have any suggestions for future videos, write me on my Discord, write in the comments, and I'll get back to you with another video soon. So, take care, guys. Peace.